Stakers secure the blockchain. What does this even mean? You've probably heard many times that validators, miners, and stakers make sure that a blockchain is safe. And in this video, we are going to clear up the confusion. And by the end, you'll have a better understanding of what this really means. And if you are a fan of learning about the fundamentals of crypto and what gives it its underlying value, make sure to hit the like button and, even more importantly, subscribe to the channel so that you stay updated. And with that being said, let's get into the content. Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. The first step to understanding staking is to understand the blockchain. Blockchain is simply a ledger of information. And in a decentralized blockchain, it is information that is being provided from people all over the world, good people and evil people. And this is the problem that blockchain solved. Prior to blockchain, there was an issue. How can we have a group of people that don't know each other come to an agreement? Because surely there will be evil actors who will ruin the system. And then Bitcoin came along and introduced blockchain. And with blockchain, a decentralized blockchain, to participate, you need to pay to play. This is a key concept. Prior to this, you would pay with your reputation, but because in this situation, we don't know who's good or who is bad, you pay with something of monetary value. And in the case of proof of stake, you are paying with staked cryptocurrencies for whichever project that we're speaking about. So you take your cryptocurrency as a stake and you lock it up. Now you can participate in the blockchain. And this is similar to going to, let's say, a basketball game. Not anyone can go into a basketball game. You need to pay to get a ticket. And then once you're inside of the game, you don't get to stay. If you behave, you get to watch the game and enjoy. And if you misbehave, you will be kicked out of the stadium. Maybe you will never be allowed to get back in. So in the case of cryptocurrency, it is the same. Pay to play, rewards, and punishment. But instead of it being based on reputation, it is based on something of monetary value. So with proof of stake, you buy stake coins or you create stake coins. They have monetary value. You put them up as stake. Now, for doing this, you can participate in the blockchain and you can add new information to the blockchain. And if you do it correctly, if you behave, you will get, depending on the project, transaction fees or newly created cryptocurrency. And if you misbehave in a proof of stake system, generally, you will have your cryptocurrency slashed or taken away from you. So pay to play, rewards, and punishments. And a truly decentralized blockchain relies on greed, because prior to blockchain, greed was the problem. Like we said, how can anyone participate if greedy and evil people will ruin the system? But because this is all based off of incentives and of monetary value, a good blockchain will have incentives for even an evil actor to behave rather than misbehave. So pay to play, rewards, and punishments. If we look at, let's say, Bitcoin, that is proof of work. What do you pay with? You pay with electricity and computer hardware. What are the rewards? The rewards are newly created Bitcoin and also transaction fees. And what is the punishment? The punishment is you will lose a lot of money paying for electricity and equipment, and you will get no rewards, right? So it's all of monetary value. And these are only general algorithms, because even within, let's say, proof of stake, there are different variations with proof of stake. So most of them, if they're decentralized, they have pay to play and they have rewards. But if we look at something like Cardano, surprisingly, they do not have slashing. There is no punishment. And put simply, according to Cardano, it does not need slashing since it has a unique reward sharing scheme that supports a high level of decentralization in the environment where all stakeholders are economically incentivized to behave rationally. In such an environment, it is irrational to behave maliciously, and it can be expected that irrational participants will form only a marginal. So can a decentralized system without punishments or without slashing actually work? The answer is no one really knows at this moment, because this is not a rule. This is all falling under game theory. And game theory is a branch of applied mathematics that provides tools for analyzing situations in which parties, called players, make decisions that are interdependent. Or put in another way, game theory studies how people interact with each other, whether they are rational or irrational actors. And within game theory, there are many different studies and different scenarios. One of the most popular scenarios is the prisoner's dilemma. For example, if you have two prisoners or players, they will give an answer based off of the outcome. So if player B and player A are both put in separate rooms and they have to rat out the other person, if player B rats out player A and player A does not rat out player B, then player B will get 0 years in jail and player A will get 10 years in jail. The best scenario for both of them really is if player B stays silent and player A stays silent, and they'll both only get 2 years. However, they don't know what the other person is going to do. And this is very important for decentralized blockchains because we're dealing with people around the world where their reputation is not on the line. So we don't know who is actually playing. This is why a decentralized system must be based off of monetary value. There are blockchains, however, that do include reputation, and this is when we start moving towards more permissioned blockchains. So the same formula, pay to play, rewards, and punishment. But instead of the currency being used of being of monetary value, the currency used is your reputation. And this is really the formula for just how life works in general whenever you're dealing with people. If you want to go to a restaurant, right? You pay to play, they know who you are. If you behave, you get to stay and enjoy your food. If you misbehave, you get kicked out. Maybe you're never allowed to go back to that restaurant again. Or you want to work for a company. You apply, they know who you are, you show them your credentials. If you behave, you get paid. And the punishment is that if you misbehave, you get fired from the company. But prior to blockchain, this whole system of groups was based off of reputation. Now we're dealing with monetary value because there is no reputation in these decentralized systems. You have some projects that have a mix of both so that they have a better user experience or let's say faster transactions. For example, proof of authority, which is what VeChain uses, is a mix of two. The consensus mechanism is based on identity as a stake. So reputation is the stake, but in terms of the rewards, it is of monetary value. So you can see there's a mix between the two. There are blockchains in CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko that in terms of paying to play, there is nothing of monetary value. It is based off reputation, and there are no rewards and punishments. So if you have a blockchain that is basically free, it's all relying on reputation, and there are no rewards and punishments, that's when we start getting into very questionable territory. So the formula is generally the same. Pay to play, rewards, and punishments. If it is decentralized, it is of monetary value. And if it is permissioned or centralized, it is based off of your reputation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.